What's up, everybody? My name is Jeremy Jones, and I'm back with another video. Today, I'm talking my weekly sneaker rotation, so stay tuned.
Got a lot of things changing in my life. Hoping one day I'ma get it all right. Brother is engaged, about to start a new life. Yeah, I haven't had a chill day. Really wanna vibe, appreciate the moments. I've been creating, not scrolling. Mom and dad still support.
Alright, man, I'm back with another video. Now, before I get too deep into this video, y'all already know what to do. Go and hit that like button. It really helps the channel out. And if you know, consider subscribing. I made content about sneakers. Alright, so let's dive into today's video. Just like I said in the intro, man, I am back with another weekly sneaker rotation. Now, this should be week 161 to the best of my knowledge. And if I'm wrong, feel free to correct the kid down in the comment section. Now, y'all already know I started this series off at the beginning of 2023, and here we are, we're in 2026, right? Okay. Now, if you want to get a sneak peek of what I'm wearing throughout the week, sign up for that sold out Discord. The link is pinned at the top of the comment section, and it is free to sign up. Or, of course, you know, we continue the sneaker talk, but we got a food section, a sports section, you name it. And plus, if I do not get the content out in time, we're most likely already discussing it in the sold out Discord. Again, it's free to sign up. Shameless plug. But enough rambling, let's get to this weekly sneaker rotation. Now, y'all know I end things off on a Friday, then pick right back up on Saturday. But this weekend, right, okay, yeah, in fact, we're doing it like back to back. But pretty much I'm talking this weekend, by the time I'm shooting this video, I drop it, we were pretty much snowed in, man. We had like pretty much I guess you can say, winter advisory that we were under. So pretty much, man, we were advised not to leave our homes if we could help it. So pretty much if you hit the grocery stores, everything was pretty much sold out. So pretty much this one's gonna cover Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Yes, I didn't leave the house for like 3 days. In fact, Monday, I think I actually attempted, but it's like by the time I tried, it was like, I pretty much just had to turn right back around. So pretty much on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, kid was in none other than Yeezy slides because I was at home just chilling, trying to stay warm, and pretty much I just got to the point where it's like, man, I didn't realize that it was gonna be this bad. But the biggest issue in my area, and I'm not sure if you guys got snow in your area, sign off in the comment section if you did, but the biggest thing in my area is pretty much, it not necessarily was the snow, it was the ice that fell on top of it, and then the temperatures dropped, and now we're just pretty much sliding all over the place. And I mean, the roads for my area, the highways are clear, but the side streets are pretty much, yeah, we're still working on it, right? Okay, but we making moves. We back to work and we back to action, but rumors is we're gonna get a round 2, so we're gonna see how that goes. So pretty much that means I was in the crib, Yeezy slides on deck, and yeah, I'm definitely looking to try a new pair of slides that Nike is dropping here pretty soon. But for now, this is what I got, these beaters. Pretty much I didn't really go anywhere at all. I mean, the mail didn't even start running again until Tuesday, which I know it doesn't run on Sunday, but you know, it is what it is. I still had to make moves. But anyway, I didn't really move too far or too quickly, but this was my Saturday, Sunday, and Monday shoe was a Yeezy Slide Pure. Cool. Now let's move right on to Tuesday, right? Okay. So again, kid, pretty much finally things started to open up a little bit, but still was kind of like under a real advisory, still icy out. But I actually did have to make moves and run errands. Y'all know, you just got to do what you got to do sometimes. But I was very carefully, I made my move and came right back because, to be honest, they still didn't really want a lot of us on the road driving around. So Tuesday, pretty much, I'm not gonna say right back at work, but pretty much I still was working because y'all know we always posting over here. This was my Tuesday shoe, was a Nike Dunk Low, and these are the Golden Rods, if I'm not mistaken, right? Okay, this is a shoe that I guess you can say it's like a beater, right? Pretty much is probably what I rock pretty much the rest of the week because the grounds, when they actually treat for this type of weather, the salt and the like other material that they put down on the ground, man, I mean, it's gonna be tremendous on your vehicles and on your shoes. So pretty much I want to wear some stuff that, you know, I'm not afraid to get dirty. And to be honest, these things have tested the test of time. I mean, I'm not saying they're super clean or anything, but hey, they've aged pretty well for how long I've had them, for a shoe that really I wasn't even gonna try for. I mean, it does give me like that Wu-Tang vibes, but I mean, I know they're not the official Wu-Tangs, but it's still a shoe that I feel like was underrated, but it is what it is. I know these probably go for under retail, but that's the point. And I want to make this point and clear. It doesn't hurt to have a beater in your collection, or 2 or 3 or 4 for days like this, especially in the DMV area. But I mean, honestly, this winter advisory was kind of across the board. But this was my Tuesday shoe, was a Nike Dunk Low Golden Rod. Ooh, now we're gonna move right on to Wednesday. Now the kid was right back at work, but still had to be careful outside because, yeah, again, the grounds were just, yeah, it was pretty bad out there. So pretty much Wednesday, right back at work, and I stepped in none other than the Nike SB, and these are the Paul Rodriguez, and this is the true blue colorway. Notice I didn't say Nike SB Dunk. This is actually a true just Nike SB. Before they started doing Nike SB Dunks, to the best of my knowledge, maybe they were doing it, but this was an official just Nike SB, where this was just a Nike skateboarding shoe. If you notice, this shoe is a little bit more wider. While it does look like a Dunk, but it's actually, you can tell it's got the super tongue padding, and probably I wouldn't skate it because this joint is actually kind of super old. If I'm not mistaken, production date on these is probably 2009, if I can see the date. Yep, 2009, as I remember correctly. Yeah. Probably something that I'm thankful to just be able to wear still, but thank God that the person I got them from did wear them, so these didn't fall apart on me, but I could feel the glue. It's not the same as probably it was in 2009. I noticed that some of the shoes get older, they do fall apart, and that just kind of come with the game, and probably why Nike re-released some shoes so we can get rid of our older shoes and do what we got to do, some stuff like that. Who knows the real reasoning behind it, right? We could think of several scenarios, but this was my Wednesday shoe, was the Nike SB True Blue Paul Rodriguez, one of my favorite skateboarders, by the way. But yeah, this was my Wednesday shoe. Cool. Thursday, right back to work. Again, keep in mind, this is kind of like beater week, right? Okay, and I kind of anticipated this as we started the new year off. So pretty much right back to work on Thursday, I stepped in none other than the Nike Dunk Low Panda, right? Okay. Remember at one point during when we were shut down, like way back a few years ago, when this shoe was actually, some people were trying to sell this joint on the resale market for $400 and was actually succeeding. No, not over here though. I was not paying that, but I guess you can say I kind of fell aboard of it. It's a nice basic shoe and it's very versatile. White and black, can you really go wrong with it? And yeah, I mean, it caught the wave of a real second, you know what I'm saying? I rock mine from time to time, especially for beating purposes. As you can tell, my joints probably not in the baddest condition, but definitely a shoe I don't really care what happened to it, and I have like few dunks in the collection. Granted, you probably guys have seen like, yo, you showed us several dunks, but at the end of the day, this is one of those like, if you know type of shoes. At one point, this was a go-to shoe, and it lasted for at least over a year, in my opinion, if not longer. But this was my Thursday shoe, was a Nike Dunk Low Panda. Cool. Now I'm gonna move right on to Friday to close out the week. Again, I told you guys, weather is not the best and we're anticipating more, so I just rather be on the safe side. I didn't want to bring out any super major heat, but I feel like these shoes still are actually pretty drip in my opinion, right? So pretty much Friday to close out the week, a shoe I haven't rocked in a long time is the Adidas Yeezy Calabasas. Now I think this was the first colorway they dropped, was that white pair, and to be honest, yeah, I mean, why not? You know what I'm saying? I know what you're saying, like, yo, you're gonna wear this type of shoe out in that weather, but as you can see, while it's probably labeled white, it's more of a beige color, but it also could because it's age, and I didn't mean for that to rhyme like beige and age, but it kind of just happened. But yeah, I feel like, why not, man? I threw these on with some jeans and just kind of kept it simple, man. And I will say, while this shoe does not feature boost, it's actually super duper comfortable. But again, this week, I just want to keep it safe for the weather. And yeah, this was my Friday shoe, was the Adidas Yeezy Calabasas. Cool, so pretty much this completes my weekly sneaker rotation for this week. I know this was probably a short one, but y'all sign off in the comment section. Let me know what's going on in your area. Did y'all get snowed in? Did y'all get the frozen ice? Did you guys have to lock down? Let me know, sign off in the comment section. And of course, let me know what you wore throughout the week. I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of this thing and stop rambling, man. Y'all be sure to hit that like button. It really helps the channel out. And if you know, consider subscribing. I made content about sneakers. Again, my name is Jeremy Jones, and thank you for watching, and I'm out.